All right, so recent interest into active workstations has led researchers to examine the roles of standing desks on cognitive function. One study in particular, published in Psychological Science in 2017 by Rosenbaum and colleagues, examined the use of standing desks on selective attention via the Stroop task. Now, the Stroop task is a task where one has to name the visual color of the printed word. And it consists of congruent trials, where the visual color and the printed word match. And it also consists of incongruent trials, where the visual color and the printed word do not match. What the authors found was a smaller Stroop effect. In other words, a smaller difference in response times between congruent trials and incongruent trials when participants completed the task standing compared to sitting. This caught our attention, so we decided to look into literature further. And what we found was a number of studies suggesting null results. So we decided to see whether we could replicate Rosenbaum's findings by replicating and extending upon their design. And we did this in 2 different studies. In study 1, we included neutral trials, and they consisted of X's ranging in colors. And we did this because the authors theorized that the influence of standing was specifically on the incongruent trials. But in order to determine this, you need to be able to compare incongruent trials to neutral ones, which the authors did not have. In study 2, participants completed only congruent and incongruent trials, but they were instructed to stand straight and not to lean on the desk. We did this because the authors argued that standing is attentionally demanding, so it uses up cognitive resources that would otherwise be used for processing the distractor word. What we ended up finding was the standard Stroop effect. So participants responded faster to congruent trials than they did to incongruent ones. We also found that participants were slightly faster when responding to in the standing condition compared to the sitting condition. But most importantly, we didn't find an influence of standing on the Stroop effect. So it does seem, in fact, that we're being stood up. So the importance of this research, really, is that research can have a profound impact on our society. And research published in popular journals can have a lasting impact, especially if the topic is trendy, one that's very difficult to change if the results are indeed a chance occurrence. So by replicating these studies and past studies, we offer our society a chance at understanding authentic results through robust testing of thought-provoking theories. So all in all, buy a standing desk if you think it'll help you with your back, but it probably won't help you with your head. Thank you.